Hi there. I thought it's Shayla Kramadula from Memories for Keeps, Shayla Scrapbooking and Memory Keeping. I thought I would do a quick unboxing. So Creative Memories is looking at introducing a new die cut and embossing machine. It's super tiny. And as I was opening it, I thought maybe all of you guys would want to see it. So I kind of repacked everything back up and thought I would unbox it and try it out while on video. So it is a prototype. I'm hoping we do bring it back. I have the opportunity to test it out and provide my feedback. So I would appreciate if you guys watch the video and let me know your thoughts. If you think this would be something you would be interested in purchasing, I think the cost is reasonable compared to some of the other machines on the market, but we can talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the video. Anyways, let's get started. I'm going to spotlight my overhead so you don't see me because I was not planning on being on video today, but here we are. So let me make sure I can do that. Oh, it's not letting me. Okay, I think I might need to, if I turn this camera off, then maybe we can show my full screen. Give me one sec. There we go. I think you guys can all see that. So this is the box that it comes in. As you can see, I have taken the little machine out. This is what it looks like. For me, it has come with little mini plates. However, I believe when they do launch it for customers, it will come with only the 12-inch plates, which I'm excited about. So this thing is super tiny. Like, look how tiny this is. I have the Platinum 6, I have the Cuttlebud, I have a Gemini. So yes, I have quite a few die cutting machines, but this one is the new one that CM is looking at releasing, provided we get enough votes. So it's like a little toy. Um, but anyways, it does have wings, which are awesome. So if you notice the wings, it has little platforms. So it provides stability. It also has little suction cups. So it does give it that stability. And then the wings actually lay flat on the table. So I'm just gonna put me more in the camera. There we go. And so I'm gonna try out the 12-inch die cut and embossing set. I am super excited that it does 12-inch because most of the other plates and things like that I have, my Gemini is the full size and it only does 8.5 by 11. So I'm excited that this will do a 12-inch length, which is great for scrapbooking. So I'm just gonna clear off some of the clutter here. So looks like it comes with 2 embossing folders. I believe the customer version may only have one when it does release with a slightly lower price point. And then a die and then 3 plates. So it does have this, they are acrylic plates. So it does have this protective paper that we need to peel off. Oh, I keep doing these things. I feel like I should have done this before. Oh, God, on camera. It wasn't too bad. So this one is labeled top, right? And then let's see, how else do we do the sandwich? This is the embossing plate. Stuff off. I'm probably peeling this wrong. There we go. Trying to get that one corner. Okay. This is base for die cutting. I know on my other machines, I always have to remember which plate is for what, but this is looks like it's clearly labeled. So cutting base plate is for cutting embossing plate. So E, C, and then T for top plate. Now you notice that it is 12-inch, but it's only 3 inches wide. Perfect for borders, of course. So let's try to emboss first. So there's the two embossing folders. So this one is the camera pattern. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Yeah. And then this is the little shutter, CM shutter logo. So let's set that some blue paper, hoping that it is 3 inches, this paper. Oh, look at that. I actually had a scrap that was 3 inches wide. So, crooked again, I see. There we go. Stick it in here. And that in there. Now, what is this? So this is embossing. So I need the embossing base, the top. So start it out, I guess. Of course, as per most machines, you want to hold it at the top. Uh-oh, I think my camera might be in the way. There we go. I don't know if you guys could hear that crunch, crunch, crunch. But voila, look at that paper, and so clear. That's great. Okay, then let's see, what else do we want to try? I only grabbed 2 sheets of paper, so let's try the cutting. This is the die, border die that came in with it for me to test out. We have all this. Okay, and then, so this is the base. My paper is slightly shorter than 12 inches, so we'll still try it. So now I want the top plate. Line it up. So I do know there's going to be some tape that's going to come out. The plates are not magnetic. So if this is a go, there may be a magnet plate that will be potentially launched as well. And which will be handy because, you know, I've bought magnet plates for all my other machines. But let's try this out. And a little crooked. Let's see if it'll work. Now I've only passed it through once. I know on some of my other die machines I've done it twice. So the other tool that it comes with is the dual tip die cutting tool. This guy is a little squeegee-ish and a pokey tool. So with the squeegee, you can get the paper lifted off. And then I can take this apart. It's so crisp. Looks like most of the, oh, there's a couple of little bits I want to get rid of. I don't know if you guys can see this. So look at that. And then, so where did I put this? So there, the possibilities are endless. Can you imagine the borders we can make with these? So you've got the camera, got the shutter. There's also, and then I got dots stuck to the plate. So now I should be able to use this part and just brush it off. Yep, perfect. Now my desk is going to be a mess, but clean that off after. Now you do want to get all this debris off if you haven't used a die machine, otherwise it'll interfere with your next die. And then the possibilities are endless. Like look at the titles now you can make. So let's try one of those guys out. I have some small scraps here. See what I can fit on here. There. So we've got happy and memories. Let's try that. Smile maybe. Camera. Yeah, this glue. Just got to make sure you get all this glue stuff off the dies. Let's see how many of these we can fit on here. So I'm super excited about this because if we come out with it, imagine all the letters. We can take this to a crop. The borders you don't have to take. It's way lighter than some of the border punches. So now CM did commit that they will still do border punches, border maker cartridges, which of course is still my all-time favorite tool, the border maker system. But this is yet another way, like to do titles. I'm always struggling to find the right sentiment or title to put on a scrapbook layout. So let's that. Yeah, I wonder if this camera would cut out this embossed. Oh, look at that. It fits perfectly on there. So you could emboss it and then you could cut it out. But let's just try this for now. Okay, where am I at? And then we have that. I need to get this. I didn't take the glue off there. Let's see, I have a bit of glue left on my plate. And I know rubbing alcohol will take some of the sticky off. So I'll try that. Okay, so let's how tiny this thing is. It's like a baby toy. So I know on some of my other ones, I have to run once and then twice again, but look at this. So crisp. Just need to poke it out. Sides. And smile. Yeah, oh, memories. Poke out the insides. And this thing's nice because it's not super sharp. I have the other tool from the, I think, Spellbinders. And that thing is so sharp. I have poked myself many a time. This thing has, so you don't cut yourself. Well, it is sharp, but not super sharp. The E didn't come up. There we go. There. So voila. So if I were to do a border, I have the cameras. I could always cut them down if I wanted a smaller border. I could run this through the middle. And then I could either use smile as the title or tagline, or memories, happy memories. So there we go. So, and then besides cleaning up this mess, this thing is so tiny. Like, look at this. Fits in my hand. Like, I don't know if you guys can see how little that is. And of course, I'm right-handed, but you can easily run it with the left hand as well for those lefties. But these wings, it's like the Cuddlebug was, but much smaller. So yes, it only does a 3-inch width. However, it's great for letters, titles, alphabets. So, you know, it's portable to take to a crop. And it does the 12-inch lengths, which is amazing. So I'm excited about this. The price point isn't too bad. The starter bundle that I paid for, so I got the 12-inch plates, this guy, the 2 embossing folders, so there was 2 here, right? The specialty tool, as well as the shorter plates. These are what, 3 by 6 inches. So all of that, it was $180.50 Canadian. So I know I have an ability to buy a couple extra, but I might be sold out by now. They were running quite low. So wanted your thoughts. Let me know, comment below, you know, if you're interested. And I'm hoping that I need to know by the next weekend, so that I can put in my votes and feedback from you guys. And I'm hoping they'll release it. Assuming it gets voted yes, it'll get released early in 2026, along with alphabet dies, other border dies that will coordinate with the collections. I know they're talking about a magnetic plate as well to be able to go with this. I think if you're familiar with the heavy duty blue magnet plate that doesn't warp, I think that was the prototype they were potentially looking at, which I think is great. And this will fit in many different storage options, but they are also looking at storage solutions. So yeah, that's it for me. This is the little Creative Memories mini die and embossing machine. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later. Bye.